Hello and welcome to another update video about WTI oil. Yeah, so the situation hasn't changed overall since the last update. Let me zoom out first. Let me talk to you about the overall structure here. The idea on this chart is obviously the sort of daily chart here. On the daily chart, the idea is that we're dealing with a large A, B, C structure. Yeah, that's the idea, that we're currently in a larger B wave rally. That means there are some upside opportunities against the current support area, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. But we have an A wave to the upside, B wave pullback. I mean, it might have bottomed here, this B wave, but I assume because it was so shallow that we are still looking at a larger B wave. Also, really all of this seems corrective, right? For example, this rally was just in 3 waves. And also this isn't really, it just can't get really off the floor. So my preferred scenario is obviously here that the rally from the 2020 lows here to the upside in March 2020 was just this A wave. And then we're forming an ABC structure. The A wave of wave B bottomed in May 23 at around $64, $65. Then this here seems to be a corrective B wave rally. Okay, ABC. And then we could get this C wave down at some point. At the moment, I am obviously leaning to the idea that we're going a little higher in this C wave of the B wave. And I'm going to zoom in now and take a look at that with you, going to the 4-hour chart. You can see that obviously this rally was corrective. Okay, we talked about that. At least it's not clearly impulsive. You could say it was a possible 5-wave move up, but then it's not really a clear 1-2 setup. This was a little bit too low for a wave 2. If I remember correctly, we can just double check that. Yeah, I think it was a little bit too low. Yeah, but it broke the 78.6 fib level briefly. I never liked that in a wave 2, even though it was not really a sustained break. But that adds to the idea that this is just an AB. Also, I mean, you can count that as 5, but it looks better as 3. Yeah, A, B, and then you have 5 waves in C. So it's a 3-wave move up. Then the pullback was quite deep. And this rally is also not clearly impulsive. So that's all why I'm leaning towards a larger ABC rally. But based on the initial A wave and the B wave pullback, let me just double check that. Let me just double check that. Go to the daily chart. Just want to share with you where these ideal... Yeah, no, that's fine. This is the general target area. Yeah, let's say ideal projections for this B wave rally here. Starting at $101.84, then $112, and then $131. Typically, such a C wave would reach the 100% extension. We talk about $101.84. Can always go a bit higher. Microstructure is important as well. Here, I'm tracking an initial 1-2 setup. And the wave 2 hasn't clearly bottomed yet. So for the 1, the 2, we have a support area between $71.91 and $77.31. And as long as we're holding above $71.91, I'm leaning generally towards further upside in what would be the 3rd wave of that C wave. Then I'm still watching for another 4-5 pattern, but that 3rd could be quite interesting because it should take the price. So we can measure that. Minimally, I'd like the 1.236 extension, $105. I mean, it's again, we haven't clearly bottomed yet. So that's why this is not defined yet. Okay, as you can see, the lower we go in this current wave 2, the lower the targets will go as well. So I need that established bottom. Going to the 4-hour chart. So if we say this here was a wave 1, yeah, this here is a wave 2. I don't really have a very clear microstructure. I mean, it could be like an A, B, C, where the C wave bottomed here somewhere. It's just not very clear on the 1-hour chart. We can see that a bit better. Let me change the wave degree here a bit. And then my idea would be A wave, B wave, and this is C. I mean, all I can say is the wave count to the downside is possibly full. Not going to label the whole thing. I rely more on the Fips here, but we have 3 waves in A. We have a B wave rally and then 1, 2, 3. I mean, this could all still be a 4th wave and then one more low, or the small 4-5 happened here. Definitely not yet clearly bullish from the lows, but because we are dealing with a diagonal pattern, the next rally would anyway be a 3-wave rally in wave 3. So it's about this area where a reversal should really happen if we start a rally in the 3rd wave towards the $100 mark. Below $71.91, I would have to assume that something different is going on. Obviously, it won't be really invalidated until we have a break below the red line, because that's the B wave low, that's the start of the wave 1. But certainly something more bearish will be going on if we break below 71.91, because then we'll likely test the line here. At the moment, I wouldn't really know what it would be. It might just be a continuation of the move down, or this B already topped here. Yeah, this would be my bearish alternative. Not preferred at this stage though. Yeah, that's my update about WTI. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you're interested in daily updates about the S&P 500, as well as regular updates about stocks, then feel free to check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You'll find the link in the description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.